Good afternoon, guys, or good morning, or good evening, depending on where you're listening from and watching from. And welcome to our Monday night stream, where we will be doing some trading and I aim to make some money, but in a calm and a disciplined way. Now, let's just get to the top at the top, and then let's have a look through, see what we can see, and see if there's any obvious opportunities. There's nothing on that one. I'll go right to the top, right to the top. Start at the top. Uh, that's a little bit. I wouldn't do anything there. Can't really see anything there. So I seem to have. Very strange. I seem to have lost the view to. Got it back. There we go. Okay. Now this one, the wicks are a little bit long, meaning it's bouncing around quite a lot. So it's a little bit unpredictable. I'd imagine it would start coming down here, but it's not very predictable at all. So we'll leave that one for the moment. And same with, there is a pattern forming here, but not a pattern that we could actually do anything with. Nothing we can predict from it. So we'll have to come back to that one a little bit later, check that one later. Now, there's nothing. Looking at the history and the sort of the last hour or so, there is a pattern forming, but whether it's going to follow it in that way, I'll leave that one as well. Nothing really there obvious. See, that's done. What it's doing there is it's already done there. Now that could just, next candle could drop again. So I'm not going to hang around and wait for that. I'm looking for an opportunity. I'm not going to. That one's a little bit unpredictable. It's right in the center at the moment. Oh, there's really nothing sticking out today. Not sticking out as like a readable opportunity. No, nothing there. But we'll keep looking. Wow, the market doesn't look very easy today. Not that it's easy any days, but at least it's normally a little bit more predictable than this. Now there could be something here. Let's just see what the next. No, that's not done what I thought it was going to do. Okay, so we'll move away from that. Sticking to our 92%. That was the highest level of profit there is on this platform. And really, that's unpredictable as well. Wow, Well, the market's a bit on the strange side today. Hmm. No, that's going to be sort of leveling off for a while there. Aha, now we've got a bit of a pattern here going. Let's just see where the next candle goes. It's sitting right in the middle of Keltner. I'm never very eager to enter a trade right on the middle Keltners because it could bounce either way. If it's going to follow this pattern, yeah, okay. I'd think it would be changing direction any time now. We need to see the next candle. There is some pressure from the sellers here, but the buyers have got loading a little bit more pressure. This would have to wait for the next candle to see what it's going to do. Sitting right in the middle, Keltner. Not something I would like to enter a trade on. But we need to see the next candle. I think we'll go in one here. I think that's going to, if it's following the same pattern, I think it will. I think we'll be on a winner here. That seems to be leveling off a little bit there. Yeah, it's very close though. It's not really moving the way. Oh, here we go. But them long wicks are still making it bounce. But for a winner, we don't need it to be too far. Oh, it's going. The last minute. Ah. Oh well, that was close. Now we're going to raise our next trade to 250. And that's leveling off there. That's what's happening. But never mind. We will keep looking, and our next one, we will regain our loss. Nothing really there. That's a little bit too risky. That'll be more like gambling. Sticking to our 92%. There is a sort of pattern forming, but I think that's going to level off. The RSI says it's leveling off. So we'll leave that. There's no sure opportunity there. Ah, here we go. Now, there might be something here. There is a sort of pattern all the way along there. So let's just see what happens on this candle. Need to see the next one. It's on the middle Keltners now. but it's bouncing quite well, which is not a good thing. Nah, I think we'll leave this one. But what did I? Oh, I'm tempted here to sit and watch it for a little while, but something tells me there could be something here. We need a win though. That's what we do need. And I think, and we'll sell one here. Yeah, this one will hopefully, if all goes to plan, we'll get our. It's not quite going to. There's some pressure being put on by the sellers, but not enough at the moment. That's better. But will they keep the pressure up? Yep, we've gained our loss and our first win of the evening, our first win of the stream, I should say. So that's one to the loss and one to the win. So it puts us in the profit. So where were we? We were there. That's it. So um, um, hmm. Looking at the history, I'm not sure. The RSI says it's going to rise from here. From here. But I don't know where that's going to go, really. No, we'll leave that one. Let's go on to the next one. Sticking as we normally do with our 92%. Now, looking at there's been a bit of a pattern going there, but here it's completely different. A little bit unpredictable, so we'll leave that one alone. Nothing obvious there, but not a lot of movement. No, we'll go on to the next one. I decided to, while I'm looking through this, I decided to buy a new camera the other day. And you really have to be careful when you buy cameras, because if you buy a body for, say, I think I paid 2,500 for the body, then you have to buy a lens, and that's another $1,000. And then you have to buy handles and all sorts of things. It's a cine camera. Um, by the end of you've fitted all your camera out with all the bits you want, it's cost you 10 grand. So what I thought was going to be 2.5 grand ended up being near on 10 grand. Well, I wasn't ready for the extra sort of 7,500, but I got a good camera, so it's okay. But a bit of a shock that I didn't actually think it all the way through. But I have got a good camera now, which was the main idea, but it wasn't meant to spend 10 grand. But it's like buying a, well, no, you can't buy many cars for 10 grand. Can't buy any cars for 10 grand. I was going to say it's like buying a car, but it's not like buying a car. But I think $1,000 camera doesn't really make much difference to a $10,000 camera. I think it's just, I'm not sure if there's there's an $8,000 difference between the quality, but I'm sure I'll find out. Okay, here we go. Look at this one. There could be something here. It's right. Uh, Yeah, we change this to 100 and then we'll put a trade in here. Luckily, this time I remembered to drop the trade level. I remember the other night, the other stream we did, I forgot to do it. Completely forgot to lower it. So, but it still worked out okay. But it's a little bit more risky than I intended it to be. This one's going to be a little bit closer. You see, it's bouncing up and down. It's near that middle Keltner. I didn't notice that then, but it looks like it's going to be in our favour anyway. It's got to hang in there a little bit longer, not much longer. There we go. And that's another one in the bag. So that's 2 wins and a loss. So pretty good so far. Pretty good so far. We'll go back to the top and start at the top again. Nothing really there. And then not really predictable there. We'll leave that one well alone. That one's a little bit risky. It could go either way anyway. The RSI is saying it's going to drop, and then how far it's going to drop, I don't know. Now the RSI is saying it's going to level off, so no real movement there. So we'll leave that one alone. That's a bit risky. It's completely staying within the top level of the above the middle Keltner. It has dropped down with the wicks down here, and the Keltner said it's just going to drop. The RSI, sorry. But it doesn't seem to be doing much about that at the moment. Now the RSI is saying it's leveling off, which it looks about it's going to keep doing the same thing. So nothing really predictable there. We can see what it's going to do, but actually putting a trade in, no. Yeah, luckily to buy this new camera, um, I took a withdrawal from my pocket option balance, so I didn't actually feel it out of the pocket anyway. So it didn't really make much difference. It could have been 15 grand. It still wouldn't have made any difference really. There's nothing really predictable going on here. This one's a little bit. So that's gone down to the middle. That's gone down to the bottom. That's the middle. That's the middle. So there's no way of giving it a good prediction there. So we'll leave that one as well. But we can always come back to them because you never know. In about 20 minutes, the things might be completely different. It's done this here. It did this here. It's gone up, hit the bottom. No, we'll leave that one as well. We'll just keep looking. We're not in any hurry. It's not a race. So we have plenty of time to sit and wait and look for the right opportunity. Not really looking there any. That's the same as what the other one was doing. Very similar. Well, that went a bit off its trolley there. There could be something here. The RSI is saying it's going to rise, but sort of not at a great speed. Let's just see what the next candle's going to be and see what this one does. There could be something here. The wicks are not too high, so there's not bouncing too much. I want to see the next candle though. Oh, it's bouncing around a bit there. Oh. No, I'd expect it to start getting sold around here and change direction. But it's bouncing around that middle Keltner. I don't really like that. Nah, we'll leave that. Not very predictable. The RSI says it's going to rise here, start being sold, being bought, which is what's happening. But remember, the RSI doesn't tell you exactly what's going on. It just gives you a bit of a more of a warning to say, look at the market, look at it. Never trade just because the RSI says the price is gonna go up, but it will give you a slight idea, a little bit more confirmation on what you're looking at. I think there may be. We might have to wait for the next candle. Let's just sit and wait for the next candle, see what it's going to do. Because it is bouncing around a little bit, but it could be something here. So the sellers are loading up the pressure here. And we'll go and sell it here, yep. Just had to wait for the right time to enter. And it felt like the right time. Just give it a few more, well, we've only got a minute. I was going to say give it a few more minutes, but we've only got the 1 minute. So, yeah, just give it a little bit of time. And we should take our... It's going to be close, though. Everyone's been close today. Now the buyers are loading the pressure up a little bit. But it's as long as it don't bounce, we'll be fine, I think. Yep. And that's our third win against our one loss so far. So we're looking good today. We're looking good, as we normally do. That could be changing direction any time now. Or it could just drop down like the RSI is saying it's just going to drop. And it could be forming another one of these drops. But no, the RSI said it's going to level off, and it's starting to level. But it's got down to the middle Keltner before and changed direction. And it's done it all the way along here. Around the middle Keltner, it's changed direction, except for this one. And it looks like it could be doing a very similar situation to this one again. But we can't really predict it because we don't know how far it's going to go down. There's nothing sure saying it's going to keep dropping. But it hasn't hit the bottom Keltner since there and there. So it's only hit the bottom Keltner twice in the last sort of 24 hours. So it's hit the bottom Keltner. Now it could be changing direction now. It's a little bit unpredictable because it could follow this pattern here, but it seems to be changing direction. We'd have to wait for the next candle. Just to confirm what it's going to do. This is where a lot of people would see it going up and put money on it, put a trade in straight away. I would rather sit and watch it. See, it's still dropping. So it could turn out to be another one of these. But unpredictable. We have no idea which way that's going to go. So let's move on to the next one. So far we've got 3 wins and 1 loss, which is okay. But I'd like to make it 4 wins and 1. 4 and 1. That would be quite nice if we can do that. But you need to stay calm, stick to the rules, and don't let emotions take you away. Control them emotions. See, this one's going to do something similar. It's got up to the middle counter there. It's got up to the top counter there. So I'd say it might go a little bit higher and change direction. Nope, there's the direction change now. But to confirm that, I'd want to see the next candle. And the next candle would appear shortly. Should be any second now. The next candle should appear. There we go. Now I'd expect the direction to change here if it's following what it's done before. Yeah. But there's nothing really confirming to me that it's worth trading here. Nothing's telling me to trade here, so let's go on to another one. Sticking to our 92%. The RSI is saying that's going to drop as well, but it hasn't really dropped very far just lately. And that's bang on that, nearly on that middle Keltner again. I don't like that middle Keltner. There she goes, past it. Now I'd expect if it's following the same patterns, I'd expect it to change direction now. There is a pattern there. Long drop, short drop, long drop, short drop, long drop. There seems to be a pattern starting here. when it climbs up, it always has difficulty at the beginning. So it's just back on that middle Keltner. Everything seems to be within the Keltners at the moment. Gets to the middle Keltner and then starts leveling off. See, according to the RSI, it's gonna level off there. I think we'll leave this one. A little bit risky, I think. Let's move on to another one. I have no idea what that one's going to do. No idea what that's going to do. A little bit unpredictable. No idea what that's going to do either. No. Just keep looking. There we go. And there's nothing there either. Why? We're going for a little. We had a little spell of spotting some things, and now we're going for a spell of nothing around that's obvious. Nothing really there. No. No. Sticking to the 92. Now there could be something here, but the wicks, the candles are quite solid, but the wicks are quite high. But when it drops quite quickly. There is a pattern there, so we could hang in here and just wait for it to drop if it follows its history. Which life is full of patterns, so generally they do follow the patterns they form. So let's just watch and see what this one does. I'll have a quick slurp of my coffee. So it's got to the same level as the last three peaks. And there we go. There's your change in direction. The buyers are still putting the pressure on, but the sellers are in there. I think the sellers are gaining control now. Oh, still some pressure coming on from the buyers. I reckon the next candle would give us a little bit more confirmation on what it's going to do. But don't forget, guys, in an hour's time, I'll be in Telegram with a live session, which everyone can join in on. But I would expect this to change direction now. It's been a little bit unpredictable here. Well, like I said, don't forget, I'm gonna close the stream now. We've had a good stream. We've had 3 wins and 1 loss, puts us well in the profit, which is the main thing. That's what they're here to do, to make money. And don't forget, if any of you guys are still sitting on the fence and like to have a go at this, the minimum deposit is $30. Now, if you put $30 in, then I'll make sure you will get 100% bonus. So that would mean you'll get another 30% into your account, into your onto your balance, and that will give you $60. And $60, nothing wrong with $60. Starting with $60, you just trade a lot smaller. It takes a little bit longer, but $60 would give you a taste of what's how to trade. I'll be there to help you, and if you want to go and see some live trading in the Telegram channel, I'll be there in about an hour. So I'm going to close the stream now. So we've had quite a good day here now. We've made a few hundred, 1, 2, 3, 4, about $500 profit, which is okay for an hour. And I will see you guys in Telegram in about an hour. I'm going to have another cup of coffee and chill my head out and get back to trading. So I'll see you guys in an hour.